The idea of wealth equality is really, really dumb. Distributing all the wealth amongst everyone evenly. And the reason that's so dumb is because effort is not equal. The amount of effort that someone puts into work, puts into managing their finances, things like that, is not equal among everyone. Therefore, wealth equality is dumb. The reason someone is more wealthy than you, or you are more wealthy than other people, is because you've applied yourself more, you've had more effort involved in what you're doing, you have actually cared enough to pay attention to your personal finances instead of wondering why you're broke and being upset about it when it's time for you to retire. And the way that you get to be wealthy is by doing those things. Work hard, be responsible, make adult, mature decisions, and take care of your personal finances. Start looking at it right now. Start caring right now. Because the longer you put it off, the longer you wait, the longer you're going to be broke. And time is on your side when it comes to building wealth. Majority of wealthy people are not wealthy because of an inheritance, because they rip people off, because they're famous, things like that. Instead, majority of millionaires in this country, which, by the way, a millionaire is someone who has a net worth of $1 million or more. It's not someone who makes $1 million or more. It means that they have everything that they owe, what they owe, or what they own minus what they owe equals more than $1 million. If that's your case, then by definition, you are a millionaire. It is not that you make $1 million or more per year like the government and the media seem to think. So, majority of the people who fit in that box are millionaires because of their net worth. They're first generation millionaires, meaning they came into the wealth that they have from nothing. They did not inherit their wealth. They didn't win the lottery or anything special like that. Majority of them just continually and consistently invested in their Roth IRA and their 401k. And it's diversified in good growth stock mutual funds. They just steadily invest and invest and invest and invest. In an up market, in a down market, they consistently invest. And as a result of doing that for many years and letting their money grow for many years, they have a net worth of more than $1 million. On top of that, they quickly pay off debt. Many of them never even use debt. They don't go get new cars with auto loans or leases. They pay off their mortgage as quickly as possible, most of them in 10 years or less. They do not use credit cards, things like airline miles and cash back and all those dumb hooks that credit card companies use to get you to use their product. The rich people don't fall for that. The people who build wealth don't fall for that, and that's a big reason why they're wealthy. You could be wealthy too, on an average income, if you'd stop giving your money away in the form of payments. Payments on debts, on things that you have to impress people, is a big reason that you cannot build wealth, a big reason that you're broke. Again, majority of those same millionaires make an average income, a household income of $70,000 to $90,000 a year. It doesn't take a ridiculous income to become wealthy, to become a millionaire. The average person in America can do that. And so this idea of wealth equality is the exact same idea of participation trophies. The reason a person or a team gets a trophy is because they put more effort and more work into whatever they're competing in. Therefore, they are winners and they get a trophy. You do not get a trophy for participating. If you do, or if you give someone a trophy for participating, you're ruining their character. because you do not build wealth for just being mediocre, for not caring about your finances, for not working hard in your career field, for not applying yourself. You don't build wealth that way. You don't have good relationships when you don't put effort into the relationship. You don't have a good marriage when you do not put effort into it. Your spiritual life is not full and rich and fulfilling when you don't put effort into studying the scriptures, into walking as the Messiah walked. All of these things take effort. And the great news is, you're the solution to all of your problems, because the only one who can hold you back is you. The great news is you can just decide right now, right this second, you can decide to say, regardless of my background, regardless of where my family comes from and what type of people they are, and the fact that they've never been educated or they've never had any wealth or blah, 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 any excuse you can come up with, regardless of all of those things, you can decide right now that it changes here. It changes with me. It stops here. I've had it. I'm done. I'm not following this dumb pattern anymore. I'm putting effort into my situation, into my career, into my personal finances. I'm going to have a budget. I'm going to visit it monthly. I'm going to pay attention to it. I'm going to clear up all my debt and never borrow again, because debt is stealing my income potential every single month. I make $3,000 a month and I spend $2,500 just to cover my debts. It changes with you. And as soon as you make that decision, it's going to turn around. Your situation is going to turn around. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be bumps in the road. You're going to have to overcome a lot of things, but it's going to start turning around. And when you make that decision, your family tree forever changes. Your financial situation forever changes. And you start to build a legacy. You teach your children how to manage finances. And when you leave your finances, when you leave your wealth to your descendants, they're able to keep it and continue building it and passing it on. Proverbs 13:22 says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So number one, for starters, you have to actually have an inheritance to leave to fulfill that scripture, to be what Proverbs 13:22 calls a good man. And number two, you've got to teach them how to manage that inheritance that you leave them, so that they don't squander it away and so that they can fulfill the same scripture. Teach them that hard work is where money comes from. You don't get participation trophies. You don't get any measure of wealth. You don't get an income without trying. You don't have a good financial life if you don't properly manage your personal finances. So, moral of today's little rant is, wealth equality is dumb, and just about anyone in this country can win with money, and you are not a victim. You're not a victim. You have the power to overcome whatever you think is holding you back, because you are the only one who can hold you back. So as always, many blessings and choose life. Get out there and win today.